Hey y'all, good morning. It's Ned over My Philippine Dreams, and we got some sort of breaking news. I seem to be a few days behind on what's going on, but as of September 4th, President Duterte has declared a state of national emergency on account of lawless violence in Mindanao. This is coming in the wake of the bombing that occurred down in Davao. And there's been a long history. I mean, it actually goes back hundreds of years, all the insurgency and all the fighting that's been going down in Mindanao. It's got a very long history, especially around the southwest portion of the region. And it's come to a head. There was another bombing back in Davao in 2003. There was the recent kidnapping of the foreign nationals, some of whom were executed on that island, which is right off Davao, which is like, you can see it from Davao. So after this bombing, President Duterte decided to declare a state of national emergency on account of the lawlessness and the violence in Mindanao. And I got the documents that are up, so I'm not going to read them off. There's a lot of whereases and some therefores and all that. And it was signed in September 4th, 2016. Now, how does this affect us as expat, as foreigners in the Philippines? Because there's always the chance, and it's occurred, I think it's occurred like 5 times before, where martial law was declared in the Philippines, the writ of habeas corpus was suspended, and some bad things happened. It most recently occurred in 2009 after the Maguindanao massacre, where Gloria Arroyo declared that that province be under a state of martial law for a period of time. And she almost did it, actually, when she first got elected. There was some civilian dissatisfaction and criticism, and there was like all these questions about the election, and there was all these talks of military coups, so she was getting ready to declare martial law, but instead she declared, like Duterte did, a state of a national emergency instead of declaring full martial law. So how, again, does this affect us? Well, I'm no expert on this. I wasn't here in 1972 when Marcos declared it, nor was I here in 2009 living down in Maguindanao when Arroyo declared it. But one thing you can do, you got to be concerned about, is first off having your exit plan. Always got to have an exit plan. You always have to have contingencies. If things go south, if things get crazy, you got to get out. You got to have those plans in place. Also, money. I would not have a whole lot of money in the Philippines right now. Actually, right before the election, there was a bunch of uncertainty in the air, and I had about 20,000 US dollars in the banks here. I had them split up into one in a BDO account and one in a BPI account, because each account can only be guaranteed for 500,000 pesos. Because I had that money because I was planning on buying a truck, and I wanted to get a nice truck, a nice shiny Fortuner or Montero, so I had a good amount of money in it. And as the elections approached and there was all that uncertainty, I was like, you know what, maybe I should wire my money back to the US. It's only going to cost about 20 bucks. So that's what I did. And I only keep a certain amount in the bank accounts here, basically just to keep them open at this point. Also, if they declare martial law, they could always freeze international transfers. That's an option that they have, along with, suspending habeas corpus and all that. So you don't want to get caught up in that. You don't want to have a whole lot of money here in the Philippines. So I'm not recommending that. I'm not telling everybody to get all their money out of the Philippines, but I'm just saying what I did, because I like to err on the side of caution, and I like my money. So it's back in the U.S. If I ever decide to get a truck again, a couple months down the road, we're actually planning on January getting a truck, because a buddy of ours is selling his 2007 Fortuner to buy a brand new shiny one. And it's only got like 30,000 kilometers on it, and it's sweet. So I'll transfer the money then. Also, there was it was an article in talking about the checkpoints, because one of the things they do when they have state of national emergency, they have these checkpoints set up. And I believe this is only going to be down in Mindanao. I'm not sure, but I'll put the graphic up, and it's pretty interesting. It says, checkpoint must be well lighted, properly identified and manned by uniformed personnel. I think that's the first one there, so nobody just decides to set up a roadblock and mess with people. Slow down and approach, dim headlights and turn on cabin lights, never step out of the vehicle. Number 3, lock all doors. Only visual search is allowed. Plain view doctrine applies. Number 4, do not submit to a physical or body search. Number 5, you are not obliged to open glove compartments, trunks, or bags. I guess if you're carrying a bomb or guns or something, that's pretty convenient. Number 6, ordinary routine questions may be asked. Be courteous but firm with your answers. Number 7, assert your rights, have presence of mind, and do not panic. Number 8, keep your driver's license and car registration handy and within reach. And number 9, be ready to use your cell phone at any time. Speed dial emergency numbers. Number 10, the last one, things to remember at PNP checkpoints. Report violations immediately. Your action may save others. Now, I don't know about the rest of the Philippines, but around Negros, when they have these PNP checkpoints set up and people don't have their registration or their driver's license or they don't have helmets or whatever, they stop about 100 meters in front of the checkpoint and wait for the checkpoint to go away. It's pretty bizarre. So that's the thing that's going on. We got a state of national emergency. It looks like it's targeted on Mindanao. Just talking about how it affects us, what could possibly go wrong. Make sure you have an exit plan, and I got my money out of here right before the elections. So on that happy note, and tomorrow we'll be checking out Amor Proprio, Hiya, and Utang na Loob. We'll be continuing with the Filipino cultural psychology piece. Until then, take care, y'all, and see you next time.